What if the quietest town held the darkest secrets? In Maplewood, a string of strange deaths raises unsettling questions. Who or what lurks in the shadows, claiming lives in inexplicable ways? Nestled in the heart of New England, Maplewood seems idyllic. But beneath its serene exterior, whispers of tragedy and mystery have permeated its history for decades. The first mysterious death occurred in the fall of 1985 when local schoolteacher Mary Jenkins was found lifeless in her home. The cause? A sudden, unexplained cardiac arrest. Mary was beloved by her students and colleagues. Her unexpected demise left the community reeling and searching for answers. How could such a vibrant life end so abruptly? Just a year later, another tragedy struck. Local journalist Tom Harris, known for his investigative work, collapsed during a town meeting, dying in front of shocked residents. Tom had been working on a story that hinted at deep-rooted corruption in Maplewood. Was his death merely a coincidence, or was it connected to his investigations? As rumors spread, residents began to fear for their lives. Could there be a curse on the town? A strange pattern seemed to emerge. Those who questioned too much often faced dire consequences. In 1992, the disappearance of a local historian named Clara Simmons added to the community's fears. She vanished without a trace while researching the town's dark past. Clara's last known location was the town archives, where she was digging into records about unsolved deaths. What did she discover, and why did she never return? The town organized search parties, but Clara was never found. Some residents swore they heard her voice calling from the woods, a haunting echo of a truth buried deep. By the late 1990s, the fear escalated. A local mechanic named Jake Thornton died in a suspicious car accident, raising even more eyebrows among the townsfolk. Witnesses claimed Jake had been acting paranoid in the days leading up to his death. Was he onto something? Or did the darkness of Maplewood claim yet another victim? As these tragic events unfolded, the Maplewood community grappled with an unsettling reality. Each loss brought them closer to an unspeakable truth. Something sinister was at play. In 2005, the death of a beloved town elder, Mrs. Ellison, struck another blow. Known for her local lore, she often warned about the spirits of Maplewood. What did she know? Mrs. Ellison's death from a sudden illness left many puzzled. Her warnings lingered in the minds of the townsfolk. Could the spirits she spoke of be real? As the years passed, the strange deaths continued, each more puzzling than the last. Some residents began to believe in supernatural forces at work in Maplewood. In 2010, a group of paranormal investigators descended upon Maplewood, hoping to uncover the truth behind the strange occurrences. Their findings were shocking. They claimed to have captured unusual audio recordings filled with whispers and cries. Was this evidence of the spirits haunting Maplewood, or merely tricks of the mind? Despite their claims, skepticism surrounded the investigators. Many locals remained divided. Was it a mere coincidence, or a dark legacy that refused to die? The strange deaths in Maplewood have left a permanent scar on the community. Each loss serves as a chilling reminder of the town's haunted history and unresolved fears. Yet the stories continue to unfold. Locals share their own encounters, strange lights in the forest, ghostly figures on the streets, fueling the legend of Maplewood. As Maplewood grapples with its past, the question remains, are these deaths mere coincidence, or is there a deeper truth hidden in the shadows? The community, once vibrant and hopeful, now carries an air of unease. Rumors spread like wildfire, and trust in the town's safety wanes with each passing year. Local authorities have struggled to quell the fears. With no solid explanations for the deaths, the town remains in a perpetual state of anxiety and speculation. The enigmatic nature of these deaths has attracted amateur sleuths and true crime enthusiasts, each eager to uncover Maplewood's secrets and solve the mystery once and for all. While some dare to venture into the woods at night, others prefer to stay clear of the haunted sites, fearing what lurks in the shadows of Maplewood. Local folklore has grown, blending fact and fiction. Stories of vengeance, spirits, and dark omens circulate, creating an atmosphere thick with tension and fear. Despite the fear, some have turned to the legends for solace, seeking understanding in the dark tales of their hometown. How do they cope with the loss? Maps have been drawn and timelines established, tracing the interconnectedness of these deaths. Each story adds to the haunting tapestry of Maplewood's history. As the community remembers those lost, they also hold on to hope. Perhaps the truth will one day emerge from the fog, bringing peace to Maplewood. The legacy of these strange deaths is not merely one of fear, but also of resilience. Maplewood's spirit endures even in the face of the unknown. As the mysteries linger, Maplewood stands as a testament to the complexities of life and death. What remains unanswered haunts not just the town, but everyone connected to it. The stories of Maplewood remind us that behind every death lies a life, filled with dreams and untold stories. Will the truth ever come to light, or will it remain forever shrouded in mystery? As we ponder these chilling tales, let us remember those lost and the impact of their stories on our lives. How do we honor the memories of those taken too soon? Thank you for joining us as we explored the grim encounters of Maplewood. Keep questioning the shadows, for sometimes they hold the answers we seek. In the heart of Maplewood lies the legend of the old abandoned mill. Locals claim it holds secrets of those who once vanished without a trace, leaving families in despair. The mill, with its rotting beams and rusted machinery, has become a focal point for the mysterious disappearances that haunt the community. One of the most unsettling stories is that of Emily Jenkins, a local teacher whose sudden disappearance in 1987 sent shockwaves through Maplewood. Emily was known for her dedication to her students, and her absence left a void that could never be filled. What happened to Emily on that fateful day? On the day she vanished, Emily was last seen walking home from the school, her usual route taking her through a wooded park. Witnesses reported seeing her talking to a stranger moments before she disappeared. Who was this person, and what did they want with her? The search for Emily included hundreds of volunteers combing through the woods, searching for clues. As days turned into weeks, the sense of hope dwindled. Each passing day brought more questions and fewer answers. What happened to the kind-hearted teacher of Maplewood? Despite the exhaustive efforts and extensive media coverage, Emily's case quickly grew cold. With no leads and little evidence, the town's residents were left grappling with the uncertainty of her fate. It was around this time that whispers of a curse began to circulate. Rumors swirled that the mill was cursed, linked to the disappearances of several residents over the years. Stories of strange occurrences, disembodied voices, and flickering lights began to emerge from the mill, feeding the locals' fears. Was the mill a dark entity in Maplewood? In 1995, another resident, Tom Henderson, vanished from his home without a trace. His family reported strange noises coming from the basement days before his disappearance. They believed he was investigating the very secrets that haunted the town, yet no one could have prepared them for what was to come. Tom had been an amateur historian, passionate about uncovering Maplewood's past. His research led him to the stories of the mill and the missing residents. Did he stumble upon something he shouldn't have? The police found his notes filled with chilling details about the town's dark history. As investigators pieced together Tom's final days, they learned he had scheduled a meeting with an elderly man who claimed to know the mill's secrets. The meeting never happened, leaving a cloud of uncertainty about what truths could have been unveiled. Neighbors reported seeing Tom's car parked at the mill the night he disappeared, sparking a new search effort. The mill, once a symbol of industry, had become a monument to loss and fear. What dark truths awaited inside its crumbling walls? As the investigation continued, strange sightings around the mill increased, with reports of shadowy figures lurking in the windows. Were these remnants of the past, or mere figments of an overactive imagination? The residents of Maplewood were left to ponder the nature of their own fears. The local police decided to conduct a thorough investigation of the mill, hoping to find any evidence linked to Tom and Emily. As they explored the dark corners of the building, eerie discoveries awaited them. What truths lay hidden in the shadows? Among the debris, investigators found an old journal that appeared to belong to a previous resident, filled with accounts of strange occurrences and vanishings. Could this journal provide the key to understanding the mill's dark history? As they deciphered the cryptic entries, officers uncovered a pattern. The mill had been a meeting place for troubled souls seeking refuge. Yet for some, it became a trap. Were these souls drawn to the mill's history? Or was it a dark force that lured them in? The unsettling history of the mill began to intertwine with the histories of its missing residents, revealing a tapestry of despair and tragedy woven into the very fabric of Maplewood. As the police continued their investigation, the town held its breath, hoping for answers. Despite the hauntings and disappearances, the residents still gathered at the mill for a memorial service dedicated to those lost. Candles flickered in the night as stories were shared, bridging the gap between the living and the dead. It was a night of remembrance and reflection. However, even amidst the solemn gathering, strange occurrences continued. Some reported feeling a chill as if they were not alone, while others claimed to have seen lights flickering in the mill, as if it were responding to their grief. Was the mill alive with the memories of the lost? As the days turned into weeks, the community began to investigate the mill's history independently. Groups formed to explore its dark past, sharing their encounters and findings. What secrets could they uncover that the police had missed? One evening, a group of paranormal enthusiasts set up equipment around the mill, hoping to capture evidence of the supernatural. As the sun set, they felt an electric tension in the air, a sign that they were not alone. Were they about to witness something inexplicable? As night fell, they began recording their findings. Eerie sounds echoed through the air, and strange shadows danced along the walls. Their footage would later reveal anomalies that left experts baffled. What were they witnessing in the depths of the mill? The investigation took a turn when they captured a voice on their recordings, whispering a name long forgotten in Maplewood's lore. The group was stunned. Who was this entity reaching out from beyond the grave? Determined to uncover the identity of this haunting voice, the group reached out to local historians and families of the missing. Could they piece together the fragments of a story long shrouded in darkness? As they gathered more information, connections began to emerge that linked the past disappearances with the recent paranormal activity. The threads of Maplewood's history were becoming increasingly tangled, leading them to a shocking revelation. Their research revealed that all the missing individuals had one common thread. They had all visited the mill shortly before their disappearances. The mill had become a portal of sorts, a drawing force for those seeking answers, and perhaps it was here that their fate was sealed. As the investigation deepened, some residents began to sense a growing unease about the mill. Was it truly a place for answers, or had it become a site of danger? The community found itself divided, torn between curiosity and fear of what lay within. In a bid to resolve the tension, a town hall meeting was called, where residents gathered to voice their concerns and share experiences. The night was charged with emotion, as stories flowed and differing opinions clashed. What would be the future of the mill? As tensions mounted, a proposal was made to demolish the mill, to lay the restless spirits to rest, and reclaim the land. But many were opposed, believing that the mill held vital truths that needed to be uncovered, no matter the cost. With emotions running high, the community voted on the fate of the mill. It was a moment that could change everything for Maplewood, and the outcome would resonate for generations. Would they choose to confront the darkness or erase it for good? As the dust settled after the vote, the community held its breath, awaiting the results. The decision would not only shape Maplewood's future, but also determine if the stories of the lost would finally find peace or linger on in whispers. The choice made that night would echo through Maplewood forever, a testament to the town's resilience in the face of tragedy. As we reflect on these grim encounters, we must ask ourselves, What will we choose to remember, and how will we honor the memories of those lost? As the sun set on Maplewood, the streets transformed into a canvas of shadows, concealing stories that were hauntingly real. Did the unsolved cases of the past continue to linger in the hearts of the residents? Or were they merely echoes of a bygone era, waiting to be acknowledged? It was here, in the heart of the town, that a chilling pattern began to emerge. Over the decades, several residents had met untimely ends, their deaths shrouded in mystery and speculation. Each case, though unique, shared an unsettling thread that gripped the community. One such case was that of Eleanor Hughes, a young teacher found lifeless in her home under puzzling circumstances. Friends noted that in the weeks leading up to her death, she had appeared increasingly withdrawn, often speaking of feeling watched. What had caused such a drastic change? Eleanor's friends recalled strange occurrences, unexplained sounds at night, and strange figures seen lurking around her home. Could these incidents be mere figments of imagination, or was something more sinister at play? The unanswered questions only deepened the mystery surrounding her death. The investigation into Eleanor's death revealed a troubling discovery: a series of anonymous letters sent to her weeks before her demise. The letters contained cryptic messages that hinted at a knowledge of her personal life. Who was behind them, and what did they want? In the wake of Eleanor's passing, the town was shaken. Residents began to recount their own eerie experiences, noting a rise in strange occurrences. Was it merely heightened awareness, or did Eleanor's death awaken something dark within Maplewood? Another tragic tale emerged shortly after. Mark Thompson, a local mechanic, mysteriously disappeared one night while working late. The only evidence left behind was a blood-stained wrench. What had happened to him, and could the two cases be connected? Mark's disappearance sparked a frantic search, but what investigators uncovered was even more chilling. Witnesses claimed to have seen a black van near the shop on the night he vanished. The van became a focal point in the investigation, igniting speculation and fear throughout the town. As time passed, the connection between Eleanor and Mark's cases grew stronger. Investigators found that both had received anonymous letters suggesting that they might have been targeted by the same individual. But who would want to harm them, and why? The fear in Maplewood was palpable. Residents began to form neighborhood watch groups, hoping to protect each other from an unseen threat. Yet the more they searched for answers, the more the shadows seemed to deepen. Investigators, overwhelmed by the growing list of strange occurrences, started looking into the town's history. What dark secrets lay beneath Maplewood's surface? They uncovered tales of previous residents who had vanished without a trace, each case eerily similar to the present. The stories told of a long-abandoned asylum on the outskirts of town, rumored to be haunted and connected to the disappearances. Had the horrors of the past returned to claim more victims? The townsfolk's fear of the asylum only intensified, making it an ominous focal point of their discussions. As rumors circulated, a group of brave residents decided to investigate the asylum themselves, hoping to uncover the truth behind the legends. Armed with flashlights and shaky resolve, they entered the decaying building, unaware of the terror that awaited them inside. Inside the asylum, strange noises echoed through the hallways. Whispers, footsteps, and the unsettling sensation of being watched created a paralyzing fear. Was it merely the building's history or something more malevolent lurking in the shadows? As they delved deeper, they stumbled upon a room filled with old records and photographs of former patients. Among them were faces of residents who had vanished over the years. Could these forgotten souls hold the key to the current mysteries? Their exploration took a terrifying turn when they discovered a hidden room, sealed off from the rest of the asylum. Inside lay remnants of a ritualistic past that suggested the previous residents were not merely patients, but part of something much darker. With each revelation, the residents began to question their own safety. Were they being watched, as Eleanor had feared? The connection between past and present began to blur, leaving them with more questions than answers. As the night wore on, the atmosphere thickened with tension. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed through the asylum, sending the group into a panic. Was it merely an old building settling, or something more sinister? Fighting their instincts to flee, they cautiously approached the source of the noise. What they found sent chills down their spines. An old diary belonging to a former resident, detailing gruesome experiences and strange occurrences leading to their untimely demise. The diary contained unsettling accounts that mirrored the current events in Maplewood. It spoke of a malevolent presence claiming victims through fear and despair. Had this darkness returned to haunt the town once more? With the revelations from the diary weighing heavily on their minds, the group decided they had to leave the asylum. But as they retraced their steps, the feeling of being watched intensified, and panic set in once again. Just as they reached the entrance, the door slammed shut behind them. Trapped, they felt the shadows closing in, leaving them to confront the darkness that had long plagued Maplewood. Would they escape with their lives or become another mystery in the town's grim history? Meanwhile, the townsfolk outside grew increasingly restless. With no word from the brave group who entered the asylum, search parties formed, and fear gripped the community. What horrors awaited them inside? As more residents disappeared, connections to the asylum became undeniable. Investigators dove deeper into the town's dark past and its ties to the abandoned institution, revealing a disturbing history of unethical practices and tragic outcomes. The stories told of experiments conducted on the patients, pushing them to the brink of madness. Had the asylum's legacy inadvertently unleashed a curse on the town? The townsfolk wondered if the past was indeed rearing its head once more. Amidst the chaos, whispers of a local legend surfaced, a tale of a spirit seeking vengeance against those who wronged them in life. Was this spirit now claiming the souls of Maplewood's residents? The town's fear reached new heights. In their desperate search for answers, investigators sought out the town's oldest residents, hoping to uncover forgotten tales that might shed light on the recent tragedies. The truth, however, was often cloaked in fear and reluctance. One elderly woman spoke of an incident decades ago, a fire that consumed the asylum and claimed the lives of many residents. Rumors suggested that not all souls had escaped the flames, and their spirits lingered on, seeking closure. As the investigation evolved, so did the townspeople's belief in the supernatural. They began leaving offerings at the asylum's entrance, hoping to appease the spirits and prevent further tragedies. But was it enough to quell the darkness? Despite their efforts, more residents vanished, and panic spread like wildfire. The connection to the asylum became undeniable, and the community was left to grapple with the horrifying reality of their situation. In a desperate bid to protect their town, the residents organized a vigil at the asylum, hoping to connect with the lost souls and seek their forgiveness. This moment brought the community together, but would it be enough? As the vigil unfolded, strange happenings began to occur. Flickering lights, whispers in the wind, and an unsettling chill in the air made the townsfolk question whether they were truly alone in their grief. Suddenly, a figure appeared at the edge of the crowd, a ghostly apparition resembling one of the asylum's former residents. Gasps echoed among the townsfolk as they confronted the reality of their darkest fears. The figure seemed to beckon to them, urging the townsfolk to follow. A mix of fear and curiosity propelled them forward. Was this spirit seeking closure, or was it a harbinger of more doom to come? The apparition led them back to the asylum, where the chilling truth awaited them. As they entered, the atmosphere shifted, thick with anticipation and dread. What secrets would be revealed within those walls? Inside, the residents found remnants of past rituals, but now the air was heavy with the energy of the spirits. They felt a mix of unease and urgency, as if the lost souls were trying to communicate their suffering. One resident, feeling a sudden surge of courage, stepped forward to speak. "What do you want from us?" The air grew cold, and a chilling whisper echoed back, "Release us." The group felt a wave of emotions wash over them. Fear, sorrow, and an overwhelming sense of responsibility to acknowledge the pain of those who had suffered. Could they truly help the spirits find peace? In a moment of unity, the townsfolk joined hands, vowing to honor the memories of the lost. As they did, a warm light enveloped the room, leaving them in awe of the power they wielded together. The air shifted once more, and the residents could feel the tension release. A sense of calm began to fill the asylum, as if the spirits were finally being acknowledged. Had they truly offered the closure the lost souls sought? As they left the asylum, the townsfolk felt a profound connection to the spirits of Maplewood. The fear that once gripped their hearts began to fade, replaced by a shared understanding of their intertwined fates. In the weeks that followed, the missing residents slowly returned. Some spoke of strange experiences, while others remained silent. But the townsfolk welcomed each one with open arms, grateful for their safe return. Though the truth behind the disappearances remained partially shrouded, the residents of Maplewood found solace in the knowledge that they had confronted their fears together. The bond forged through adversity had transformed the town forever. Yet, whispers of the asylum lingered in the air, a reminder of the darkness they had faced. The town collectively decided to preserve the site as a memorial, ensuring that the lost souls would never be forgotten. As Maplewood moved forward, the stories of its past intertwined with its present, serving as a chilling reminder that some shadows are never truly gone. The resilience of its people became a beacon of hope, lighting the way into an uncertain future.